Today we're talking about Warzone Season 2 Reloaded, which kicks off March 23rd, which is only a couple days away. We'll talk about all the various changes, primarily going to be focusing on Warzone. So Rebirth Island Reinforced, biggest map update since the original release. Obviously before we had construction, then that turned into control, and we had some other minor changes along the way. This is actually a huge added part of the area. As the lowest lying point of interest with few multi-story buildings, security area may not have been the most popular drop spot on Rebirth Island. Yeah, so security is going to be gone. It's going to be replaced with this. And this one was always one where I was like, yeah, there's really no reason to go down there. Kind of if you're a little bit more body, maybe you go there to avoid conflict, get your loadout. But a lot of times getting out of there, people can see that smoke. You just get held. If the zone doesn't pull that way, you're kind of in a bad spot. So hopefully this changes it, makes it a little bit more dynamic because it still has the elevation issue where this is kind of the low ground. However, with Perseus's reinforcement project, this area, now known as Stronghold, features two new structures that could shake the island meta. The first is an extended checkpoint gate, complete with a set of garages and an administrative building and a walkway over the main booth. Expect to find plenty of supply box and item spawns, as well as opportunities for close quarters engagements. The other is a radar building, replacing the lone communications tower on the raised circular concrete platform tower over the security area. This comm station includes an observation deck with great sight lines out to the base camp and living quarters areas to the northeast. So this is good. I don't think this will still be as popular just because it's so far on that side of the map. But who knows, if the loot's good enough, you can get cash fast enough, that'll be the ideal thing. It also provides a little bit more cover, so you're not kind of like a sitting duck as you are coming out of it, even though you still will have to cross this street on the left-hand side. And this is docks on this side. Before, there was really just nothing. It was water on the edge here. So this would be kind of interesting. It looks mostly open, so people are still up here. Maybe they'll still be able to have the good vantage point here because this position on the right is probably one of the most powerful positions in the game just because you had that roof. And then you can kind of look over towards where living quarters is. You can look up towards prison. You can jump down, take the gondola up, and rotate out of here. It's pretty centrally located. So we'll see if this changes that up because these people on top of the roof on the right will just be able to hold the people on the left as they land there and rotate out because this is such a low ground. So we'll see how that works. The prison yard, water tower, redeploy balloons, and more. Interesting. So it says the revamped stronghold and dock ships are not the only changes to Rebirth Island. You can see this ramp. It used to only have this area closed off, so they added a little bit more cover. Maybe it'll get used more, especially since there are some areas where maybe this wasn't really a good spot to position yourself. You can see that there's some cover here in the windows, and I think this kind of cuts off sight lines from these windows out, so those people won't be able to hold individuals quite the same way. We'll kind of see how it works out. These are probably paper thin, so you'll be able to wall bang those. Very interesting. The color scheme a little bit similar, but still some changes here. They added these so you could jump up to mantle up here. Pretty good. Those looking for a height across the island can find the Caldera's redeploy balloons made their way to select spots of Rebirth Island. That'll be pretty cool. Probably people will watch those. It's kind of hard to shoot somebody as they're going up it because it zips pretty fast if your sense isn't high enough. They're functionally similar, albeit with a shorter ascent cable to properly balance how much ground you can cover. So they're not going to be as long. You'll just be zipping and then jumping off immediately. There are plenty more places and features to explore on Rebirth Island. Hopefully they have one that can head to that sniper tower over in the headquarters, but we'll see. So 3 new and returning modes for Reinforced. In addition to familiar Resurgence and Mini Royale modes, operators will be able to drop into 3 new experiences coming to Rebirth Island: Rebirth Resurgence Solos. Very interesting. I wonder how that works. Maybe you get a certain number of lives. A lot of people have been asking for that for quite a while. Rebirth Payload. And then Rebirth Blood Money. So I think Payload could be a huge way to gain XP. I know Payload, when it was in the standard Verdansk map, it was a pretty decent way to gain XP. But with the smaller map, maybe you get more engagements. So Rebirth Resurgence Solos, built off the popular Rebirth Resurgence mode since the island's debut in 2020. Rebirth Resurgence Solos allows any mercenary to drop in fast-paced, respawn-enabled deathmatch for sole survival. In the solo variant, operators will have their rebirth meter already activated. This means that you will have a free life before needing to earn score. for additional respawns. Just like standard Resurgence, earning kills completing contract and simply staying alive recharges the rebirth timer. Oh, that's great. That's a good way. That's interesting for solos. The rebirth timer deactivates after subsequent circle collapse, setting up a final free-for-all showdown where the only operators can fly away from the island victorious. Rebirth payload and rebirth blood money. So that's like a blood money. Isn't that just plunder? But rebirth plunder? That is crazy. Two other modes expected to enter the rebirth rotation should be familiar Warzone veterans. A plunder variant known as blood money and an objective-based mode called payload. The rebirth reinforced event set to launch at the start of Season 2 Reloaded is the latest community-based experience where your actions on Rebirth Island actually contribute to Perseus' rebuild. Like previous events in Warzone, operators can complete participation challenges to earn new cosmetic items. On top of these, regular objectives are community challenges. These larger tasks invite the entire Warzone community to jump into Rebirth Island. That's interesting. We haven't had community events, I think, since World War II, I feel like. I don't know. It feels like it's been forever. The first of these is to earn kills on the island. If the entire community earns enough kills following the update, those who participated will automatically receive 25,000 XP and unlock the new weapon trade stations on the island. So weapon trade stations allow an operator to give up their weapon in exchange for one of lesser quality plus additional items. Spending on the original weapon's rarity, these items can include cash, equipment, armor, satchel, self-revive, kill streaks, or even a specialist token. There will be 3 more community challenges following the first one. This is kind of an interesting one. So that brings us to the new weapon, which is the Armaguerra 43. It looks kind of like a sniper support, and based off the description, it says very high fire rate SMG, effective at short to medium range. That reminds me of like an MP7, but we'll see, because it's fast fire rate, short to medium range, but we'll see kind of how that works. Obviously, Vanguard weapons have tons of attachments. Thankfully, there's a gunsmith bring the Armaguerra here to kit it for engagements ranging from extreme close quarters to long, short territory, especially by customizing its barrel and magazines. Obviously, you can get fast fire rate, high DPS up close, but then the damage drop off is like a 10 meters. So then it would be like shotgun range, destructive. Anything beyond that, hard to use. We'll kind of see how it plays out. The Armaguerra 43 can be unlocked in one of 2 ways, through the SMG-based challenge or via the store bundle, which people like doing, especially with people like Snoop Dogg going to be available as a cosmetic. They had some CDL skins, and that's mostly it. Let me know, are you guys excited for Rebirth Island? I know they didn't really mention anything about fixing their dang game when it comes to crashing and texture bugs. I know Xbox is primarily having the issues. I know plenty of people are playing on PS5. And it's kind of annoying that you got to reset your game or maybe there's a crash here and there. But generally, it seems like Xbox is having the biggest issues. So hopefully they get those addressed, because it would be nice for people to be able to just jump on and know that the game will work and not think that, oh, you know what, why waste my time? The game's going to crash when I'm in top 5 position or something like that. It just gets kind of annoying. But I do get it. So we'll see how it goes. Appreciate the support. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.